Hello, and here's a video for a request I had about my Cephalotus. This is my indoor, what would you call this? Growing shelf? I'm not sure. But these are grown under LED at about 7100 lux. Just your typical LED light strips. I don't know, can I show you guys? Oh, look at how dirty my lenses are. Sorry. But they're just under a bunch. Oh, my dimmer. There's the flicker. Yeah, these dimmers that I use, these have a pulse width modulated signal, so you're going to see some flicker depending on what my shutter is doing on this camera here. But shutter? Does this use shutter speed? I have no idea. But I digress. But this is what is this? This is a 12-inch pot, a really tall pot. It's plastic. It's not ceramic. It is plastic. It is water. It is bottom watered, tray watered method. I don't water from the top. I do water the top a little bit on the smaller plants that I have here. Oh, these little guys. If I start to see they look like they're getting a little too dry, I'll give them some water on the top because their roots yet aren't quite deep enough, but the soil does stay somewhat damp. You can just feel the coolness on your skin from the moisture, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't want it soaking wet, but yet I don't want it bone dry. This mound is actually on a little hill, so any excess water isn't up around the crown. It's all the moisture is at the root level. But yeah, this is my Cephalotus. Say hi, guys. Really big pictures. You know, people say that these are hard to grow. Yeah, but they're really not. None of these plants are really, in my opinion, hard to grow. These are a little bit more, I don't want to say finicky. These will tell a story throughout the year. You may think that they're dying or slowing down, but they're not. They're just taking a little bit of a break. This is my second year growing Cephalotus. This is I think this plant is on its second year. And when I first got it, the pictures weren't, oh gosh. This whole plant was probably about the size of, oh, that's even too big. They were all smaller than this. So in a year, it grew to this kind of size here from something like this. But yeah, these are all tissue cultured small plants that I have grown here. Yeah, last year I started my adventures in tissue culture. I personally don't do the tissue culture. I purchased the tissue culture plants, and I was experimenting what it took to deflask, and set root on tissue cultured plants. So I thought I was going to have a miserable failure of tissue cultured, but as you can see, they take, if you understand humidity, moisture, and temperature, they'll take super easy out of tissue culture straight from the flask. So but yeah, that's my Cephalotus. Again, on LEDs, on a dimmer, 7100 lux. Don't know what that means to you guys. Don't know what it means to me. I just use it as a reference because the plants will tell you really fast if it likes things or if it doesn't like things. Plants burn really easy under LEDs. So, what I'll do is I'll do a very, very small adjustment here and wait a couple weeks to see what the plants are doing, how the chlorophyll is responding. And then from there, once I see that the plants have settled into the sweet spot, then I just leave it be and just make sure they don't run out of water. I got to clean this tray. I don't like algae. Yeah. Algae, that's telling me that there are some nutrients somewhere, which Cephalotus doesn't really mind. I'll be up in the upwards of 30 parts per million out in the greenhouse in my Cobra Lily self-cooling pot. I do have my little Cephalotus out there that lives in about 40 parts per million just because of the soil base that I used for the cobra lilies. So, but yeah, that's these guys. So if you guys got any questions, please leave them down below. I love to help others. I love to answer questions. It's just, this is what I do in my off time of business. This is my sanity. My plants are my sanity. So thank you guys for watching. And we'll catch you on the next one.